Have you ever stopped to wonder why happiness feels like a never-ending chase? More money, a better job, the perfect relationship, a dream vacation. From childhood, we're taught success equals happiness. But here's the truth. That formula is broken. The Buddha taught that suffering arises from attachment, our clinging to things, people, and outcomes. There is no path to happiness. Happiness is the path, said the Buddha. That which is real is never lost. That which is unreal never truly existed, says the Bhagavad Gita. But store up for yourselves treasures in heaven. We identify with the body, the mind, our roles, but the Gita reminds us that we are the Atman, the eternal soul. Ask yourself, not what you want, but who you are when everything else is stripped away. Because when you rediscover the joy within, the world outside transforms. As Lao Tzu said, be content with what you have. Rejoice in the way things are. When you realize nothing is lacking, the whole world belongs to you. And as the Buddha reminded us, peace comes from within. Do not seek it without. On the contrary, when we tap into this inner wellspring of joy, let's remember that this journey is not about reaching a final destination. It's about embracing a new way of being in the world, moment by moment. It's about cultivating awareness, practicing presence. Let's start a revolution of happiness, not based on what we have or what we do, but on who we are at our core. Because when we rediscover the joy within, we don't just change our own lives, we change the world, and choosing love over fear. It's about recognizing the inherent joy that exists within us, regardless of our external circumstances. We become more capable of engaging with life, fully and authentically. We're able to face challenges with resilience, to love more deeply, to create more freely. We become a source of light and positivity for others, not because we're forcing ourselves to be happy, but because happiness naturally overflows from within us. These timeless teachings all point to the same truth, that happiness is not a destination, but a way of being. When we realize this, we rise above temporary highs and lows and experience a deep, unshakable joy. Notice the moments of joy that are already present in your day. Practice gratitude for the simple things, a warm cup of coffee, a kind word from a stranger, the beauty of a sunset. And remember, you don't have to chase happiness, you are it. Not with a list of things you need to acquire or achieve to be happy, but with a deep sense of contentment and joy, simply for being alive. These ancient wisdoms offer us a compass. They remind us that in our pursuit of happiness, we've often looked in the wrong places. It's not about having more, but about needing less. It's not about changing our circumstances, but about changing our perspective. It's about cultivating gratitude for what we have, rather than constantly yearning for what we lack. It's about finding purpose and meaning in our lives, not just pleasure and entertainment. It's a reality that countless individuals throughout history have discovered and lived. We've chased after fleeting pleasures, external validations, and material success, believing these would fill the void within us. But time and again, we've found that even when we achieve these things, the happiness they bring is temporary at best. This is not some unattainable ideal. The path to this kind of happiness isn't always easy. We free ourselves from the endless cycle of desire and disappointment. We begin to see that joy is available to us in every moment, if only we have the eyes to see it. In the gentle breeze on our skin, in the laughter of a friend, in the quiet moments of solitude, happiness is there, meaning, and an unshakable sense of peace, waiting to be recognized. It requires us to challenge our conditioning, to question our assumptions about what will bring us joy. But the rewards are immeasurable. A life lived with depth. He who is happy within, who rejoices within, and who is illumined within, that yogi attains eternal bliss, the Gita further teaches. This wisdom invites us to look beyond the surface, to dive deep into the ocean of our being where true happiness resides. When we believe we'll only be happy when something happens, we suffer. True happiness, or sukha, arises from within. As the Dhammapada says, thousands of candles can be lighted from a single candle, and the life of the candle will not be shortened. Happiness never decreases by being shared. This profound wisdom reminds us that joy multiplies when we share it, and that our inner light is inexhaustible. The more we tie happiness to the external, the more we suffer. This is not a new idea. In fact, the wisest minds across history have tried to tell us this all along. Let's explore what Buddhism, Taoism, Hinduism, and the Bible say about happiness, and how they point us to a truth that modern life often ignores. And yet, even when we get them, happiness often slips through our fingers. What if we've been told a lie? And what if the real truth about happiness is far simpler, more ancient, and more powerful than we've ever imagined? When you realize there is nothing lacking, the whole world belongs to you. Taoist wisdom says that chasing artificial desires creates imbalance, but aligning with the Tao, the natural way, brings peace and quiet joy. True happiness is in being present, being content, and living with harmony, not resistance. Imagine a river flowing effortlessly around rocks and bends. That's the Taoist ideal of happiness, not fighting against life's currents, but moving with grace and acceptance. We live in a world that constantly whispers, once you have this, then you'll be happy. Happiness is a byproduct of alignment, with truth, with presence, with love. The more we attach our joy to things that change, the more we suffer. But when we root ourselves in stillness, in service, in meaning, we touch something deeper, the secret. Stop chasing and start being. Let go of the lie that something out there will make you happy. Instead, turn inward, and you'll find a joy that no one can take away. This isn't about denying the pleasures of life. It's about understanding that true, lasting happiness comes from within, not from external circumstances. In Buddhism, happiness is not something you chase, it's something you realize. Taoism teaches us to return to simplicity, to stop forcing life and begin flowing with it. In Hinduism, true happiness is called Ananda bliss, but it is not pleasure. It is the joy that comes from knowing your true self. The Bible also offers profound guidance on the nature of happiness. Do not store up for yourselves treasures on earth. Here's the real truth. Happiness is not found in possessions, achievements, or approval. So today, pause, breathe. Imagine waking up each morning as we navigate the complexities of modern life. The real truth about happiness is both simpler and more profound than we've been led to believe. This shift in understanding can be revolutionary when we stop tying our happiness to external conditions. But this realization doesn't mean we become passive or indifferent to the world around us. As we conclude this exploration of happiness, so today, as you go about your life, carry this wisdom with you. So today, as you go about your life, carry this wisdom with you.